Alright, thank you, SAT. See, Bear, I was thinking the same thing, but I thought I shouldn't say it. Maybe I should have. Okay, we have Henders in the Myoko, and like I said, I believe that this is the Asian server. It is a top tier battle. Yay, top tier, always fun. I can do things. He can do things. Yay. And let's talk threats. Congo, threat. Texas, threat. Fusos, threat. King George. LOL, probably not if he's HE spamming. Myoko, good possibility. York could be a problem. Destroyers are your food. There's a Gremiashi, so you have to look out for 8-kilometer torps. Fubuki's got 10-kilometer. And you are all the way over on the right side of, or the left side of the screen. Okay. Look at this camo, guys. What camo is this? Is this the permanent camo? Anybody know? It's kind of a neat color. I don't do a lot of permanent camos. I usually use my one-time usage camos. So I'm not quite sure if it's a permanent camo. It is. Okay. So that's sexy. It's got, I believe, a 50% XP bonus, unless it recently got buffed to 75 or 100%. Other than that, I'm not seeing any flags whatsoever. However, I am seeing premium damage control party and standard catapult fighter and anti-air. I would probably spend the extra money on the catapult fighter. That would be very useful. It is a pretty camo. Okay, so and you're going off to the flank. That's fine. The Myoko is a wonderful ship. So let's talk about the Myoko. What makes it so awesome? It's got these fun 203s that have really good AP that a lot of people don't think about. The HE itself, pretty good alpha damage, pretty good fire chance. It's got torpedoes that are 10 kilometers, 2 sets of them. The arc though is like 50% and back. So you're really using this best as a kiting ship. So you're like looking, like say your enemy's here, you're looking this way. The turret arrangement kind of fits that too. So you've got this third turret here that's facing the rear, and then these two turrets. So if you can kite like this, you can get all turrets to bear. However, if you are charging somebody, you can only really fire these front two. And you have to show a good amount. Look at how much right here. See this turret? Look how much broadside you have to show just to get this fourth turret to shoot. Chairman, I do agree. Permanent consumables or premium consumables definitely do help. They cost only 22,500 credits, which isn't too bad. And right now they're even cheaper because of the Victory Day celebration bonus stuff. All right, so Myoko, I would shoot and then switch to AP because he's showing broadside. And if you don't have AP loaded in time, that Furutaka is going to show broadside too. That's alright, you're choosing instead to support the Mutsuki, that's fine. Fighter was launched too early, I do agree with that. You know, however, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, the fighter could, I mean, right now it can't, but it could possibly help with spotting ships, especially since these two destroyers seem to want to just smoke up and run. Yeah, right now it's on sale for 9,000 credits, so I mean, that's a no-brainer. Alright, you've stopped, by the way, now you're going forward a little bit. This is actually a pretty good strategy when you're using a cruiser like this, and notice how he's kind of kiting away. But again, here's where if you had AP loaded, you could have really whomped both the Furutaka and Myoko. Also, that Gremiashi is now 10 kilometers away. You could throw torpedoes at him. Both destroyers are nowhere near. So, you know, personally, I'm a fan of spamming torps, because you just never know. You know, the Furutaka could decide to come straight at you and just ram right into him. Now, we know with priority target that you're being targeted by 2 ships, now down to 1. The Texas is a concern. It's got really good penetration if it hits home. But I think you flipped your guns a little bit too early there. I kind of would have liked to seen you more working the flank on these 2, especially that Furutaka now that he's pushing up. Shores isn't a problem. I don't think you would have TK'd him. That's just true. That is true, yeah. You send the torps out, and then what happens? The friendlies decide to just chase after those torps. Ooh, triangle. Okay, now you finally switch to AP. Yeah, SAT is agreeing with me. You could have back here cut your engines to quarter, even reversed. There's the Citadel, and you could have kept your angle going. Now you're showing a flat broadside to this Texas, and look, the Texas might be looking right at you. Hard to tell. You're turning hard now, and you're not letting your guns catch up. There we go. Okay, good hit. A little bit back, but you know, these are fast ships. I tell you, I love the Furutaka. I always called it my torpedo delivery service. I call it the fruitcake. And I go around and say, who wants fruitcake? Oh, you got lucky there. And you're down 4? Okay, he stopped. He's dead stop. What are you doing? No smoke coming from that smokestack. See? There you go, now you caught on. And there's that Furutaka again. Another mistake you made there, thinking that he was dead and switching to HE. You always keep an eye on that target and focus that target until it goes down. Come on, get him! You're aiming a little low. And you took some bad damage right there from the Congo. And now you're kind of forced. So if you're going to play a kiting ship, then you want to be kiting more. You should be down here right now and just laughing at these guys as they push you. Instead, you're in a position where you're going to have to turn out to get out of here. Gramiasi's going to come up and try to torp you, so you got to kill him. There we go. Alright, he's dead. Now, turning in is kind of dangerous because he could have very well torped this angle right here. Oh, hey, look! Torpedoes! As Putin would say, surprised by no one. And now, because you turned in, you get to basically start a minigame. This is called the torpedo dodging minigame. And be careful not to turn too hard. I think you got it. You're good. But now you've beached, so there's that. And if I were you, I'd be shooting somebody. Congo stops. Is this something that's common? Like, everybody just in battleships likes to stop? Now, if he is stopped, you have the ability to decide where you want to start his fires. He's got 2 fires here. Shoot over here. Oh, look at that Shores. That Shores wants to die. And the Congo is firing HE. Okay, pull forward now. If I were you, I would pull forward and go back into a kiting position. But I don't know, I mean... What's going on over here? So here's the deal. You should be at twice the HP damage right now. Had you poured AP into the Myoko and that Furutaka when they were giving you broadside, you would have had a much different battle, in my opinion. Just real quick, guys, is the music too loud? It's sounding kind of loud to me. I just want to double check compared to the game. I can fix that pretty easily after this. Shoot the Myoko. Myoko broadside. Shoot the Myoko. Texas took a torp. His DCP is most likely down, which means you're switching to AG. That's fine. But I would have shot that Myoko with AP there. You had a good chance to wipe him off the board. Alright, Wraith. I'll change it up. Thank you. You get to see... Oh. Now you're going into... You know that this guy is looking at you. Okay, good. Shoot the Myoko. Myoko looks like he's on fire. He's going to burn out, maybe. Yep. Good job with the speed dodge there. Alright. I would probably agree with that DCP. Good. He's set on double fire now. He's going to burn out. Don't even bother looking at him. Don't show him broadside. Oh, you got lucky. Never do that. If you think the target's dead, that's great. Don't start showing him broadside so his last salvo can do something big. You need to get into a cap. Your team hasn't capped a damn thing. There's been absolutely no chat whatsoever, and that's something else I think would be nice if you could call out targets and say, hey, focus these guys. That'd be a good idea. Use the F3 key, that sort of thing. Just checking up with the chat right now. Everything's looking okay. Now we get some chat now. We got some Hender saying thanks to the Fubuki for the help. That's all fine and good, but you guys have lost this battle in 9 minutes. Actually, you're going to lose it in 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Yeah, overall, I think I would agree. Could have done a little bit better. Positioning was a problem. You have to be able to recognize when you have a very strong kiting position and when to keep that position and when to run. Honestly, when to run is not when you've got 4 people targeting you from up here, but when you've got somebody targeting you from up here and over here. If you're threatened on multiple sides, then okay, I get it, run away. And change things up, but you were in no position to really worry about that. Scout plane up. You're turning too hard now. You can't get your front turrets to bear. Too slow. He's got his speed boost on. Oh, okay, fine. You can detonate. Whatever. Now, unfortunately, that forced you to turn out. Which is a standard thing that you would do when you encounter the enemy. However, if you look at your score, you really didn't have time to do that. You almost had to go this way. And for some odd reason, you popped your defensive fire. Maybe you wanted to shoot down your own scout fighter. Alright, well you're gonna have shots on the York very soon here, so get ready for those. Question is, okay, you're gonna go in front of the island, that's fine. Leningrad. So that Fubuki needs to live. He's probably not going to, though. Ta-da. Only thing you could possibly have going for you is if these torpedoes hit and kill Leningrad. Otherwise, you're basically done. You're also really low on health. So you have to be careful not to pull out too hard there because the Fuso is... Okay, he's ducking behind the island, so you might be okay there. Okay, and you've got AP loaded, which honestly, it's going to work now if that... Nope, he's turning back. See, so AP would have worked better here. Or HE, I mean. Switch to HE. Hey, Star Wars reference. You're going to attack them? Oh, no, no, no. There you go. Yeah, those are the Leningrad's torpedoes that you forgot about. Point. So, well, I guess I get to take another screenshot of a dead ship. Meanwhile, in chat, guys, what could have been done better? There we go. It's like you're looking at a ghost ship. It's dead ship. Alright, let's read off comments here. Myoko cannot overmatch the York with AP. No, I don't think it can. That's why I was saying he should have been using HE, especially after the York took those torpedoes. You should have known that his DCP would have been down, and you could have set him on fire and used that fire. Better use of HE and EP. Obviously, that is definitely a big thing. Learning when to use that EP, when to use that HE. Anticipate the enemy team, you know, them turning out. The nice thing about AP is you force the enemy to react to you. Because if you're shooting into his broadside and he's taking penetration, citadel hits, whatever, and he sees that you're firing AP, he's going to have to either turn into you or turn away from you. And the point is you get him to react to you and not the battleship that maybe now gets a broadside shot on him. Wraith, I would agree with you. You're spending too much time trying to get all your guns on the target and therefore showing way too much broadside. That's another thing, you know. Yes, you've got 5 turrets, but you don't have to be using all 5 of those all the time. Like I said, the best way to use all 5 turrets is if you're kiting away, not if you're approaching the target. Yep, Edge Case just said exactly the same thing. Okay, well, ding, fries are done. Alright, let's turn the music down just a little bit more. That sounds better. Okay, so that takes care of that replay. Oh, I should be... I don't have time. Well, maybe I do. Take a look and see if I need these replays for the wiki. Give me a moment, please. This is the permanent camo, so I can use it for them. Myoko, yes. Okay, so I'm going to take this replay, and I'm going to put it over into the wiki folder. Done. What did I just do? What ship did I just do? I just did the Gneisenau, and I've got screenshots. No, what? I need screenshots of the Gneisenau? I thought that. Oh, come on. Really? Nope, I don't have it. Okay, well. That one was a naked ship, but I can. And it won't last long, but I can. There weren't that many. Good angles with secondaries either, but what the hell, I'll throw it in. Okay, now we have